Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are starting, well, it started yesterday, but we've got a new collab here. It is My Hero Academia. Once again, I know absolutely nothing about it, but it seems like it's pretty darn popular, so I'm sure a lot of people out there are super excited for this. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, so of course my excitement is at a neutral level, but hopefully I can excite people for what's to come in terms of events for this collab. So let's take a look at the characters first, and I wrote down their names because, as always, anime characters have really difficult to pronounce names if you don't know them. So we got Midoriya Izuku, One for All, I guess is his subtitle there, and he does, all of these characters do have transcensions, so you're gonna have to get 5 dragon gems of their color on top of the other materials to transcend them. They do not have Evo or Ascended forms. If you're looking for their specific stats, you can look at that in-game. Well, actually, you know what, why don't I do that for you? I'll be nice. Whoop. Alright, so his transcended form is, you've got Super Null Warp with the Counter Slayer. That's always good on the main, because that means his bump combos will get that bonus. And you got No Block and Vital Killer on the gauge, which means if you're attacking anybody with at least 50% of their health, you will be a Slayer 1.5 times damage for them. Strike Shot is, let's see, it's the kick up attack, bash kick, and he has the round flash with healing bullets as his bump combo. His critical, his luck skill is a critical, which means gets an insane attack up at lucky moments. Next up we have Bakugo Katsuki, and he is a fire type for this collab, and he has Super Null Gravity Barrier with no Magic Circle and no block on his gauge. Sounds like a good combo for sure. His luck skill is critical as well. Strike Shot is, let's see, oh, kind of like, looks like Gone Strike Shot maybe? Got a explosion on the first hit. Maybe he keeps moving afterwards, but his bump combo has, let's see, Solomon's bump, you know, the Evo form where you hit him and then anybody else you hit afterwards get marked, and then he does a piercing follow through attack, and his sub is a blast bump combo. And last we have Todoroki Shoto, and he is a water type for this, and I think people seem to like him a lot for out of the 3, but they're all pretty darn good. I think they all got 9.0 ratings on GameWith. He has Minesweeper M with no magic boost, no magic circle boost, so he turns into a angry chicken, and he has the gauge status recovery. Definitely seems much more useful recently with this quest. His luck skill is shield, so he can turn into a scorpion mode in terms of damage. Strike Shot is speed and power up and a follow-up attack to the nearest enemy after moving. His bump combos is a super breath and a super ice meteor attack. So those are the 5-6 star gacha characters. We have Uraraka Ochako. She is the wood 4-5 star monster, and we've got Ida Tenya as our dark 4-5 star monster for the gacha. So I will be pulling at the end of this video, so if you're interested, you just care about that, hopefully I remember to put some timestamps up there so you can just skip to it. But before we get there, you know, we'll quickly review. There's, of course, 5 quests to handle. We have the 4-5 star monsters on the bottom left. We got Taga, Himiko, and Kurokiri. Hope I pronounced that right. And then we have Tabi and Shigara Kitomura as your standard 5, 6-star event monsters, and Stain on top is your direct drop monster or quest. So he's up all the time, but in return, you have to run it a lot of times to max luck him. And they do look pretty solid as well. So it seems like it's a good idea to spend the time to max luck them. And of course, we have our lethal. Insidious? Lethal? I never get that. I always forget. But the super difficult quest for this collab features all for one. And it has a special gimmick where you do not heal yourself when you clear a stage, right? Normally when you clear a stage, you get 50% of your HP back, a little bit more if you have one of those luck skills. But in this case, you're not going to heal at all. With the exception of if you happen to hit 0, you'll go back up to 1. So, you know, characters that have a healing, regen, the special abilities when you clear a stage, like Kiskilira, to heal yourself, may come in handy. And in fact, this quest features a special item there. It's Recovery Girl, and one time during this stage, you have the chance of just healing to max when you clear a stage. It's only 3,000 medals, so it's pretty darn cheap, so I feel like this is something you do just want to purchase by default, because this quest you technically only need to clear once. And the reason for that is while you can get a drop of him from the chests in the stage, you can actually get 98 of him from the coin store, which is the other thing we have in this quest. So you can see here, if you go to Monster and scroll down a little bit, you'll see this red icon. There is a coin exchange store which is specific to this collab. There's a lot of things you can get. As you can see, there are 3 monsters you can max luck, one of them being All for One. Of course, we have All Might and Eraserhead as the other monsters you can max luck through the coin system. And how do you get the coins, you ask? Well, there is a special quest. It is separate from all of those, so on top of those 5 quests, if you're looking to max luck every 5, 6, and the 4, 5-star monsters, you have to go in here and start collecting coins. And that's in this, here we go. Sarani Mukoe. Run this stage over and over again and you will be getting some coins. Now, the good thing is, once you clear, every time you clear this stage in multiplayer co-op, you do get 1,000 coins that way. So it's very, once again, it is highly incentivizing playing this via co-op. So do try and take advantage of the Discord channels, Facebook groups, line groups. You know, GameWith is a great app to use to play co-op. This is going to be really difficult to do solo, I think, because I don't think you get those drops if you're not playing co-op. And 1,000 coins per run is very helpful, so do try and take advantage of that. But by running that quest over and over, you can get more coins, and by getting those coins, you exchange them for the goods here. And if you're curious as to what you need, here is a list of all of the items that are static throughout the whole app. I have not included the daily rotating items because, you know, maybe you feel like it's not necessary, but use your judgment. The daily rotating item is on a sale, so they are cheaper than normal, than what you would see here. But as you can see, you got the All for One, you need 98 of him. They're only 100 a pop, so not too bad. All Might, again, 100, and Eraserhead is 100 each, so that's an easy way to stack up, you know, coin spending there. There's also special strike shot voice sets. So normally you only get 1 strike shot per character, but for this collab, you can purchase a set for each character. And that will only cost 500, and each set has 2 additional strike shots voices, and you can actually change which strike shot voice you want for a character. So if you really like this collab, this is probably a great thing to purchase, and then you get to pick and choose which strike shot voice you want for the character you like. So this is pretty clever, and hopefully they do this going forward, because it would be really nice to see, you know, like for Sailor Moon, for example, having different voices there that you remember from the show, or have something that ties into, of course, Monster Strike would be great. So this is a great thing that we could see going forward. There's also 5 striker tiles, you know, what you see at the, let me see if I can pull, right, what you see, you know, up here above your username. You know, you can get a title specific to My Hero Academia. Go ahead and check those out in game. I think they're on, let's see, yeah, they're in the purchase screen by themselves. So if any of those is something that you really enjoy, go ahead and spend 1,000. For me, as somebody who did not care for this collab, it's something that's an easy pass, so I can save, you know, 10 coins, a clear, right? You know, without having to spend it. Now, of course, the big thing here is 20 orbs. Just like the aura coin gimmicks, you need to spend enough coins before you can purchase the orbs here. And for this collab, and I think it's the same as always, you need to spend 100,000 coins before you are eligible for those 20 orbs. Now, as you can see on the bottom, I wrote it big. You have to get everything on this chart, it costs 145,000 coins. So that's pretty much everything on the list, right? Like, you can skip some of the cheaper items, but essentially they're saying, you know, finish off everything, then get the orbs, right? So you can't shortcut, get the orbs and call it a day, right? You need to max luck everybody, get a lot of the expensive items, and like, you can skip the Ascend Charles, you can skip a combination of like the stamina mins and the refresh friend list item, but you don't have that many options to pass up and still spend 100,000 coins. Now again, this chart does not include the daily rotating items, but those only cost like 500 and 1,000 a piece. You know, there are orbs in there, there are some other of the higher end items, but you know, make sure you check back every day and make sure you exchange for those if you want. And last but not least, before we call it a night here is, or before we start gachaing, is the fact that if you do bring collab monsters, for this collab of course, whether they're the gacha monsters or drop monsters, to another collab quest, then you actually have a chance to get some extra in-game boss drops that just pop up. And it looks like it's themed per quest, so, you know, try out, find a monster that actually works out. Even if they're not the best, it might make your farming time go faster, just because you get a free drop that way. So try it out, take a look. Alright, so now we're at the fun part. Let me turn on my tablet. There you go. Okay, so, you know, like I said at the beginning, and I apologize for fans out there, but I am not that big of a fan of this anime. And I guess you know by now that I'm not really a fan of much animes in general. So, I'm only going to do one temple. Hopefully I get both 4 or 5 stars. If I don't, there are 2 tokudamas in this collab. If after those 2 tokudamas I still don't have both of the 4 or 5 stars, I may consider doing another pull after that. I believe you get the tokudama on day 4 and day 10. So if I'm unlucky, go ahead and look for that. But my tablet, as you know, has insane stupid luck. So let's see if something good happens. Here we go. Gacharu. Okay, let's get the data. As you know, there's been some pretty bad bugs in the game. So they have been pushing small updates for whatever small fixes. Like there's some small data corruption, text corruption that just doesn't look good. And unfortunate, you know, I guess, you know, is it X Flag Park plus Collab plus all the transcensions plus who knows what else they're working behind the scenes, right? Like maybe just a lot of people got overworked, and you know, I understand. I'm a developer too, so bad stuff happens, but that, you know, unideal timing, right? Like X Flag Park is the great opportunity to bring back people, you know, with the, you know, announcements of like Gabby getting a transcension, old monsters getting transcensions, and having this happen on the day after essentially is pretty darn rough. So I feel for them. Hopefully, you know, it sounds, you know, surprisingly on Twitter people were pretty sympathetic to them. You know, normally I see Twitter comments as a not so happy part of the internet, but Good for you, Monster Strike community. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do one tempo on my tablet. Kakte! Alright, and it looks like for this collab, they are confirming that all monsters will have 5 luck. Even non-collab related ones. So here we go. Strike! Shut! Okay, it's a normal pull. Again, my tablet, even if it stops, doesn't mean anything, but hopefully we see it stop at least twice for those 4 or 5 star monsters. And that is Idatenya, right? Oh no! Ooh! Okay, so this is not ideal. But like I said, I am going to stop on my tablet, wait for the Tokudamas. If I still don't get Ochako on this account, I might do one more pull. So let me swap to my main account now. There we go. Alright, same deal for my main account. I am going to do one tempo, hopefully getting both 4 or 5 star monsters, and again, if that's not the case, I will wait for the Tokudamas and then respond accordingly. Here we go. Alright, Hippare, strike, shut. Okay, another normal pull. Again, hopefully it stops twice. Okay, there's Ochako. Hopefully I also get Ida on my main. Okay, there we go. Oh! Nice! This is Todoroki, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not complaining, but having both of my accounts not having one of the 4 or 5 star is really darn weird. Okay, well, I got lucky. I was able to get one of the characters in the collab, so that is pretty darn awesome. Again, Todoroki Shoto has joined my box. So like I said, my strategy going forward will be the 2 Tokudamas, probably 3 because there's probably going to be one with the Mons Day on July 20th. But hopefully I get that last 4 or 5 star in my group and then I can call it quits. So look forward to that. Let me know if you have any questions for the collab. Maybe, just maybe, I will do a video for the crazy Insidious / lethal quest that will come for All for One. All for One? Yeah, All for One. It's probably going to be really hard because the gimmicks show only no warp, which is, you know, a little bit terrifying since it's supposed to be a difficult quest, right? You only need to clear it once. So the fact that they only have one gimmick on there means there's going to be other ways of pain, probably. Right? Only warps. Not even, like, the others aren't even visible, right? It's just warps with an exclamation mark. So it's not going to be only warps, right? And there's no weak points, and of course you don't heal when you clear a stage, so it's probably just going to be major damage, and you have to find a way to heal yourself, or there's going to be status effects that really mess with your team. I do not know, but I'm a little bit terrified. Hopefully it's not Light Saga Insane, but if you don't know what that is, go check out GameWith's video about that, because that looked ridiculous. Anyways, let me know how your pulls went. Hopefully if you enjoyed this anime, you are getting what you wanted. But for me, I'm quite satisfied, sort of. Hopefully the 4 or 5 stars end up in my box in the end, but that's it for me today. Thank you, and until next time, bye bye.